Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see a new requirement for Power Automate. In this requirement, their customer will have an MS form, say like a purchase order form. Okay, so this form will have some fields, and also it is capable of holding an attachment MS form. Okay, so once the user submits this MS form, uh, along with the attachment, it must save in the SharePoint list along with the attachment with all the data. So whenever this data exchange is happening between MS forms and SharePoint list, once it is in SharePoint list, it must go for an approval to the manager one. Okay, once if manager one approves, again it must go to the manager two. Like this, when they approve, when it is approved finally by the manager two, in the second level, the email must send to the person who raised this purchase order form. Okay, so let's see how we can achieve this with the Power Automate. Okay, so the first step is to create an MS form. So let's go and see whether we have an MS form here. So MS forms, we have here forms. So I will create some very basic fields here. Like some form, PO purchase order form. Okay, some kind of text I'm taking here, like name, the person who raised this one, or employee who raised this form. This will be a text here, also some description. Okay, and here something like we can take some attachments, right? We have think like attachments we can write here. So, but attachments are very say it's different. Uh, Generally, if it is a anonymous form, we cannot add attachments. If it is a normal form which can be sent to our organization people, then we can easily add this one. Okay, so let's add something here. Department, add text, location. Okay, so finally add one file here. So upload file. Okay, so in this upload file, I'm giving here 3 file number limit and some size here. Okay, now here I'm giving here add file here as a name, add file. Okay, so now let me check this preview how it is coming. So this is how the form is ready now. And if you can see in the mobile also, it's ready now. And go back. And now let's create same SharePoint list, the second step. Okay. Step 1 is done now. Step 1. So now SharePoint list, second step. Step 2. Okay. Let's go to one of the SharePoint sites. I will go here. And in the SharePoint, I have a company portal like Reliance. Here I'm creating a SharePoint list with the name purchase order. Okay, go to site contents in the SharePoint. Go here and click new list. Here you can take a blank list, mention like PO order, create. So we have title, right? Okay, then let it be like EMP name, some description you can write here. DESC shortcuts I'm giving to save the time. And what is the next one here? Department location. Here, department and location. Okay, I hope these are enough now, and attachment will be there here, so that will be like we can get it from here, all items, and go to edit current view. So we can see attachment here, somewhere here attachments. And in the attachments, if you want to see how many attachments are there, something like you can also check the count of attachments here. Okay, now come down, click OK. And now this is the empty list here. And now we need to configure the Power Automate here. Okay, so first let's stick to this, and we will stick to this now, not more than this one. And let's stick to this simple thing. We will cover only until this one. In the first part, we will cover until this part. Okay. So next I will come to this approvals. First, let the Power Automate will come into picture now. So that will have some triggers and actions related to MS Forms and SharePoint list. So the inner thing what we need to do is, when we need to create MS Forms in response, and we need to capture first. First thing is get the response. Get the response. The response from MS Form. Okay. Second thing is like capture the responses. Capture the responses. Okay. The third thing is after capturing the responses, we need to like say when you are capturing the responses, we need to capture, need to see how the JSON code formation for adding a file. Okay, so parse that data to get file name. After this getting file name, create list item, and the sixth one is we need to get the file name and file content, which is created in OneDrive. When you create one MS form with attachments, the attachments will be saved in OneDrive. After getting into the OneDrive, add attachments to that list. Okay, so this is how we need to work out for now. Let's go and do this one. So now I will just get the response from the form, MS form. This is the first point. Go to the Power Automate. And in the Power Automate, we need to identify from which website you want to, from which SharePoint site, from which list you want to get the data. Okay, so we must stick to these steps here. Let the Power Automate comes. It is taking some time. And after completing these 7 steps, we will go for the approvals part. Okay. So now let's go to create. And once if you go to create here, for every flow, we need to have one trigger now. So here the trigger will be the MS forms because it is a starting point. If you observe here, this is a starting point. So this will be the trigger. So when a new response is submitted, okay, then it is creating a connection between MS forms and Power Automate, and it must pick up a form automatically. So our form is PO form, and come to new step here. And in the new step again, you submitted the response. Now capture the response. So type get response details and form ID, PO form response ID will come from the first step response ID. So save it. So once you save this one, let's see how the things will come here. Okay. So now here I want to get some of the field values, right? I want to know how I can get the field values because in the get response details, I want to see what all these fields will come. If I write a compose here, and if I place my mouse cursor here, I can see I'm getting employee name, description, department, location. Some add file is also coming. And let's see how add files will come with and add file will be generally, maybe it will be having the different level here. Actually, we want add file means maybe there are 3 at a time we can upload 3 files here. So it is not like it will create a table kind of thing to give those 3 names. So I think there will be one object created. So that object we need to parse. Okay, so let's see anyways. First, what we will do is let's remove this compose for now, and let's write. Let's test it how the data will come, so that we can make use of those parse JSON sample data here. So it's asking us to submit a new response. So go to the forms, PO form, preview. I'm giving the mobile preview, employee name, I'm mentioning Bharat, and description, test, department, HR, location, India, and I'm now uploading a file. So let me take some one image file here and let it get updated, like uploaded, and I will submit now. Once I submit like this, if I go to this here, 2 things will happen. Okay. First thing is the flow will run and the response which is submitted, it will get captured. And the next thing is if you the file which is attached to this MS form, it creates a folder here in the OneDrive. If you see, there is a apps folder here, apps. In the apps, we will see here Microsoft Forms. And in the Microsoft Forms, again PO form. And again in the PO form question. Again, the particular file is here. So the file which is attached with the MS forms is getting uploaded into OneDrive here. Okay. So now let's see the JSON data of this response details. So if you see here, the response, everything is coming. But for add files, as I told you, it's coming in a different way. Like this, it's coming like a JSON format. Okay, let's go to the JSON to or array to table or JSON to table, array to table. Converters will be there generally ways to array to table converter. Or we can have JSON array to table. Okay, we have here JSON to table. So let's view here, copy the data here, and I click. Now you can see it's coming into the table with the name of the particular file here. So we must remember this name, which is very important. Okay. Now let's parse this. Okay. Let's parse this column. We have parse JSON here. So copy this. We already copied, right? And the body is coming like this, and click edit, and you can parse this. Why I'm parsing? Because I need the name of the file. With the get response details, I'm not able to get the file name directly. It is coming in an array. Okay, now if I want to get a particular name, I need to use this parse JSON. This content will come from the get response details body, and the schema. Just now we copied, right? The schema which we got from the get response details JSON. Okay, done. Now we can go to the step, and if I take compose here, and I can see the name of the file. See, we got the name of the file. Since there may be more than one file, so apply to each is applying to compose automatically. So now let's test this with the already attached data, uh, or like this. We can see save test data. Sometimes if you test data, our flow will fail because we need to upload the file, right? So better to always to do this in manually. I will go to test, and I will again go to the this submit another response. Type like again same things. Come down India, upload a file, and then upload the file, and then submit, and go to the flow here and check now how the things are coming. And we got something failed here. So in the parse JSON, something is coming like invalid type expected array but got object. Okay, let's go and check what's happening here. So here we are giving the content as body. Okay, we must not give the content as body. Here we must give content as add file. Okay, now let's test here manually or automatically. We will see anything will work out here. This is succeeded, save and test, and now it's running something. Your flow is running and apply to which is working. Now the flow is run successfully. In the parse JSON, we have given body, but we must give add file. And now apply to each compose must get the name of the file. So this is the name of the file. Okay, exactly. If you go and see, the name of the file is here somewhere. This is the file pls set badge pmle png. So it is the same now. Okay, now we uh, completed these points one by one. Let me show the points here. Completed this one. Captured the responses we got. We need to show how the JSON code formation for adding file. This also we done. Parse the data to get file name. This one we have done. Okay. Now let's create a list item here. Okay, based on this MS form. Go to the go to the go to the Power Automate. Click edit, and here just type new step and write here create item, or we can create item, we can write, and in the site address we can take so Reliance. The Reliance list name we can take PO order. So once this create item happens, we need to give the list name. Title we can get from this here, AMP name. Description we will get from this description. Just we are mapping the columns. That's all. Department, location. Okay. So this is done now. So once a item is created, now we need to add the attachment to this particular item now. That is a challenging part now. We have done this now. Now we need to get the file name and the file content which is created in OneDrive. This is the challenging part. So how to do that one? Now let's go to the new step. In the new step, let's get something related to OneDrive. So in the OneDrive, we have get file content. Let's see file content will work. We must give the unique identifier of the file, but we don't have unique identifier of the file. Let's delete this one. Go to the next step. You must always check here in the OneDrive which action will helpful to us. Get file, create file. Actually, we need to create file using path. Okay, so or else we need to get the file. I think get file content using path. Okay, now file path we need to give. So how to get the file path now? Go to the OneDrive and go to this any of the files and check info. You can see the path here. The path is available here. Okay, the path, copy this path and paste somewhere in the somewhere online notepads will be there. Those are very helpful. Online notepad and here paste this one. Oh, this one is coming. Okay, we need to write something like this. Okay, click this and you can find the path somewhere here. Actually, you can find details. In the details, let's see. Nothing is coming. Okay, we need to write the path like this. Let me see. The path is like this. Let me write. Okay, apps. First one is apps. Folder like this. Microsoft Forms. Microsoft Forms. Second one, PO form. PO form. Question. Apps, Microsoft Forms, PO form, question. Okay, like this. Okay, now after the question, what we will do? After the question, there is a name of the file. So we will get file name. That is no worries on that. First copy this one, the path, and give the path here. And here give the name of the file here. So how the file will come? Name of the file will come from parse.json here. Okay, now it is done. So now we will get name of the path will come. So from this path, we can get the attachment and we can add that attachment to that particular this one create item. Okay, now I will create new step here, and in the new step let me add attachment. the apply to in the site address, you can create the site address with Reliance, some list name, PO order, ID of the list, and file name. We can get the file name from the get file content using the path. Let me see how we will get here. The OneDrive, from OneDrive we can get the path here, but I'm not able to fetch that one. OneDrive, nothing is coming. It means from the apply to each year's only current item is coming. We don't know, but exactly file content also we don't know. So if you write like this, add attachment outside of this apply to each, then nothing you are going to get here because there is no thing like content. The file content is not there. So let's move this attachment into this top here. Okay, now file name. Let's give the file name here. Okay, we got the file name, and here file content. Right, now save it. Now create the item will be created, and later the attachment will be added to this particular this one create item. Okay, now let's see whether how it will work. Let's run this. And there is already there is one succeeded item, test succeeded, and let me test that. Get file content using the path, and let me add this one manually better. Okay, so test, and now I'm going to the PO form and submitting the things. I'm giving my name is Bharat, and test one, test one, everything I'm giving test one so that we can remember. Yeah, testing here, and I'm writing the file name here like screenshot something open, and my file name is screenshot, and it's uploaded. Now I'm submitting here, and let me go and see this how this particular flow will run. So it's running the file, it's running now, and this apply to each also is running. Now if I go and see in this directory, I can see the screenshot, OneDrive, the screenshot is coming and the file. And also if you go to the SharePoint list, we can see here test1, test1, test1 along with attachment. If I click Bharat, we can see attachment coming here. Okay, now we achieved the things up to here. Okay, we completed all these things now. The first part. The first part completed. Okay, then the second part here. The second part here, let's see what we can do here. So now let's create this one. Okay, now let's apply approvals here. Okay, I will apply approvals. I need to see how many people are there, how many uh, things are there here for us. So let me see here. Okay, so it is done now. Now I will apply the approvals from here, new step. So create an approval. I will take start and wait for an approval here. Okay, so here approval type will be first to respond. First to respond. So the title will be the title of the SharePoint. and assign to, I'm assigning to one of my managers here. So I can get the manager from, I can get the manager from here. Some Miriam, she is my manager. Or you can maintain the manager names in some SharePoint list wherever you want. Okay, for my manager, I'm giving like this, and I need to check any other uh, user IDs are available so that I can give them as a second manager. Okay. So anyways, the first manager will be Miriam Graham, and the details we can write details of the purchase orders. Okay. And let's write here the details. So what will be the details here? The title, we can give something from the form itself. No, the employee name and description and department, location. Okay. These four fields we can share to that person, and we can write here something like this, or no need, please approve, something we can write if you want, please approve the request. So I'm giving here this. Okay. Actually, if you want to format this data, there is one thing like markdown language. Markdown language for approvals. If you want to format the data, you can make use of this. Okay, you can make use of this in Power Automate so that the formatting will come nicely here. Like this, you can use like this if you want to create tables. Okay, so anyways, but for us, no need now. Too much time spending. Don't want to spend too much time. So now I need to capture here the comments of the approver and the status of the particular request. So for that purpose, in my SharePoint columns, what I will do is I will create one text here with name like manager one comments, first level manager. Okay. And the next thing will be like manager two comments, and here finally the status. Status can be anything. You can, status will be in the beginning, in the pending stage. You can write like status in the pending. In the default value, you can give like pending. Once if it is done, we can change, keep on changing. So the I'm removing this, delete this particular one, and now it is empty now. And whenever there is something will run, we can get these manager on everything. Okay. Now, now we need to write one condition here. Okay. So we need to write a condition if the first manager approves, we need to send an email, or we need to update in the SharePoint list about the status here. Okay. The new step, I will go to condition here. And in the condition, I want to get the outcome of this first approval. I'm renaming this like approval one. Approval one from manager one. Approval manager approval one. Or let's be manager approval. Manager one approval. Okay, so just renamed, and here we need to get the outcome here. So outcome of this in the manager one approval, let's take the outcome. The outcome will be approved. If it is approved, then update the SharePoint list. Update list item. Update item. So here in this, we need to take my intranet site with the list here, PO order. In the ID, you can give like create item. Here you can give title. You can take it like uh, title, like title you can take, or the title coming from the this particular form. You can write name, description. It's not necessary because the title have mandatory field. That's why I given MMP name here. So here what we can do, manager one comments you can get. How you can get manager one comments? If you see the response summary is there. If you come down a bit here, the comments added by the approver. This one you can add. Okay, so for now we need only manager one comment. So I'm writing here. The status is like now. If it is come inside yes, right? So we can write like approved by manager one. Okay, approved by manager one we can write. Now here also if in the update item SharePoint list needs to be updated, right? So here also select everything like Reliance, here list name, PO order ID will come from SharePoint, and title I will give like okay EMP name, and in the manager one comments write the outcome. No, not outcome. Comment shared with approver. Finally, in the status, you can write rejected by manager one. Okay, like this, the approval is done now. So first level, in the first level approval, I have given my manager name as Miriam Graham. So now I need to open the Miriam Graham account, my manager account, to check whether he will get an email or not. Let me open this private tab. We need at least 2 managers, right? So let me check exact name here, because sometimes we will land into trouble if you won't write here. My Miriam, Miriam G, Miriam G. So let's write that correctly, exact mail. Miriam G @spt2022 dot on Microsoft.com. So I don't remember her email or sorry, password. Let me try something. It is very difficult to remember many emails. Okay, anyways, I have the special to reset the password for her. Edit user. Let me click edit user and come to Miriam and edit user. And here I can change their password, reset password. Reset password. This is the reset password. Okay. I am giving here and click sign in. Now I sign in here. So now I'm into my manager email account. Okay. Now let's see other manager, second manager now. Okay. Second manager. Let's see how many active users are there. Let's select one second manager here. There is something like this with my name, Bharat CH. Okay. Let me open this account somewhere after resetting this with the new password. Okay, let's have so let's have one more say let's have one this browser, new browser. So treat this as a second manager browser and let us go here and go to private window office.com and open the second manager email. Here sign in and add here the next. Here add the password. So now let me reset the password here. Oh, already we got right. So let me give this password here. Sign in. Close this one. And now let me close this. And here yes. Now I have three accounts now. One is the with which I'm writing this flow. And the next one is we got something here, but we have not see. Oh, there is no Outlook here. The problem is we need one Outlook here. So let me give the edit user. Let me see for whom I can remove the permissions first. Because if I remove permissions for someone, then only it will work. Okay, let me remove the permissions for the unused accounts. Let me take off this account licenses. So this is already taken. What is another problem then? Two users. Here, let me see to whom I can remove the licenses. Okay. Because I don't have licenses, so I'm removing. Please don't mind anybody. Okay, save changes. And now I need to give license to this account. To see the Outlook is working or not, we need to do this one. Or else it will be impossible for us to check the. Now I assign the license now. Okay, save changes. And now if I refresh this account, it must get all this Outlook, everything, or it will take some time. It's taking some time for Outlook. Okay, anyways, we will write one email now. We will write one email for this account. Okay, it's fine. Let's wait for some time and everything will come. We already assigned. Okay, let me once more see whether any licenses is assigned or not exactly. Yeah, we have licenses now. Not to worry. Now let's go to our first this one. Now I have done writing my flow for the first manager. Now I will go and check and I will write for the second manager here. So approval. So when the first manager approves, if it comes yes, then the second will start, actually the second approval. Here also I'm giving first to respond. And after that, I'm giving same here. A purchase order assigned to, I will write like Bharat. Anybody is there? Let's see. Yeah, this account is there. Details, we can write same thing. Details of PO. We can call all these things just like how we done in this. Write everything now. Department, location. Okay, so it's done now. Once here I will write, I will rename this flow with manager to approval. To approval. Okay, something like this. Now again write a condition here, right? And check this outcome from the second one must be equal to approve. It is okay, then we need to update SharePoint list. Update item, SharePoint list. Go to here, Reliance. Again, give same PO order. Again, get the ID from the create item. Title give from this employee name. Now here, the status is like approved by manager to manager comments we need to write here. So get the comments in the manager to approval, get the comments, go to the responses comments added by the approval. Okay, it's done now. And for this rejection also we need to write something, right? Update item. So in this update item, now let's add site address. This is Reliance. List name is like PO order, and ID is, you can get it from create item. Title, you can choose from the forms. EMP name is and here status rejected by manager to comments. Comments, get it from the responses comments here. Okay, now we need to send an email to the person who actually raised this PO. Okay, here we can write something like this. If yes, apply to each we got an update item. So we need to write an email here where we need to write update. It's happened with the update responses. Okay. Apply to each is there. How can we get the mail also? I think we can write here, no issues. We can write an email, send an email version 2. So here you need to write the email to the person who raised this all things. PO order with ID. Status of PO order. We can get it from this outcome. Or we can get it from the list also. We can get no issues. Okay, from the status also we can get no issues. Now here we need to write one HTML kind of thing so that we can show something nicely here. Okay, so we need to write a table kind of thing. We need to have a table. So let's go to HTML table simple. Okay, now HTML table, let's go and see any simple table. We can write something like this. Yeah, we have so many things here. Okay. This HTML is that we have. Can we try to add this HTML? Okay, copy this one. We need only one right, one item. So we don't need too many items here. Okay, remove this second one, third one, remove, remove, remove this. We don't need one item from everything, right? Here, TD, we need company, contact, country. Okay, wait. Let me add everything and let me remove all other rows. We don't need rows. We need only one row for now. Let me remove all these rows. Only one row. Okay, now if I run, see one row is there. Here some descriptions, everything will come. Here some title, description, something like department. What is the other thing we need to give here? Department. Go to the SharePoint list. Location. Write one more header. Location. Location with file name. File. Just file we will write. Files. Okay, here some file name td 1 2 3 4 5. One, we also need here 5. Run it and you can see how these things are coming. 1 2 3 4 5. Right now copy this complete setting and copy this in the file. So here in the title, let it be title, description, department, file name, and here let's give this particular things one by one. Add dynamic content here. First name is the title, right? Here description, department. Here we can write location. Name of the file. For library returns file name sections and name attachment. Link to as attachments indicates the presence of attachments in the item. Here we need name. Okay, name we will give here. Okay, now let me test save it. And let me do this particular thing now. Everything is there. Let me test manually, test it. And we need to check whether first that person's email is working or not. This is my manager 1 email. The manager 2 email is here again. Where is that manager 2 email? Okay, where it is hidden. This is Safari. This is not required. This is a manager 2 email. Let me see the manager. Second manager will get all the things now, Outlook, everything. Okay, let everything will be ready here. This is output. This is the outlook of the manager 1. This is the outlook of the manager. Keep like this, everything. Then we can check. And now we need to submit the things. Okay. Let me submit the items from this. Enter. Sorry. Test 3. Department. Test 3. Location. Test 3. Upload file. Here take file name. And wait for some time and submit it. And it will go to this form will go something like this. And once it is created, item is created, apply to each is working out now. And let me check in my list. Test 3 is coming. And now it must go to manager 1 for approval. So something is happening here in the apply to each to get the file name or attachment. The manager 1 will get one approval here. Let's go to the manager 1 email. So where is the manager 1? Here the manager 1 is there. And let's check his email. Sorry. Let's go and see. There is a test. We got something. We got something. Approve work, right? Please approve product. Details of the product. Test. Something we received. No, those so like we need to get from test 3, right? Now I will write something like approving test 3. Okay, and submit. And it is working now. And let's go and see in the here flow. The first manager approval must come in green mark, and it must wait for the second approval. And if I go and check in my here, there is refresh. Now I am approving test 3 manager 1 comments. Test status approved by manager 1 here now. Okay. Now let's go to the second manager and come here and let's check his Outlook, whether he will get an email or not. Yeah, exactly. Now we got one approve. So we got after approval of the first manager, we got now second approval to the second manager, approve it. And now let's go. I think this because of some browser, it's taking us to the Power Automate now, or else we can do this approval in the email itself. So let's see what's happening here now. Okay, this is the first time for me to open this. Okay, I will take my this one as India. Okay, so get started. Now, wait. Now I got something here. Here I can write. I'm approving test 3. Okay, now confirm here. Okay, now once this is done, we need to check the flow, how it is running now. So now let's check the flow. Manager 2 approval is happened. Now the condition is okay. Now the person who raised this PO must get an email. Okay. Now let's check the email here. How I received this email here. Let's see. Maybe I don't know whether if my email will open. Oh, luckily it's open. PO order with 2. And now we can see how the email is coming with some nicely. We have received the okay, some HTML table, title, description, department, location, file name. And if you go and check in there, and it is like approved by manager 2. I'm approving test fee. Okay, everything is done. If I click hurry, I can see the attachment also here. Okay, this is how we have completed this second part also. And email also we got. This we updated, approvals are done. To complete requirement we have done now. I hope you understand this requirement. If you need any help on this, you can write some comments or you can send me an email. Okay, thank you very much. I'm signing off.